Hi everyone, welcome to the Whiteleyverse with me, Connor Whiteley, for another daily story with a chapter from one of my novellas. Before I start today's chapter, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you want to buy this book and any of my other fiction, then they're all available from all major ebook retailers. You can order the paperback and hardback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore and local library if you requested. Also, if you want the AI generated audiobook, then you can get it from selected audiobook platforms and library systems like Kobo, Spotify, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Baker & Taylor, Biblioteca and Overdrive. Now, here's today's chapter. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did writing it.
Chapter 2. Charleston was so happy that his wonderful, precious, delightful brother was still alive when him and Augusta returned to the palace. Ever since they had been young, he had needed to protect his wonderful brother against everyone in the world, and even though he now knew just how powerful his brother was, Charleston still wanted to protect him. Augusta and Owen sat around a small brown oak table in the library of the palace, with thick books lining the walls in perfectly neat rows. Thick red leather covers blinded the books, and the well-cracked covers and rough texture of the leather made Charleston smile because someone or a group of people were reading the books enough. Charleston wasn't sure what was different about the library this time, but he was surprised about just how dark it was. The chandeliers were all still intact, and the small glass bowls under each burning candle with stunning bird designs on them. Each candle still burnt strongly. He had no idea why the library was so dark. Then he noticed through the large arched glass windows just how much black smoke rose up and veiled the sky like night. Something that was several hours away. The air of the library was also off, and Charleston really didn't like the hints of burnt flesh, gunpowder and boiling oil that clung to the air, and he sadly knew it would cling to him sooner or later. Charleston was so glad he hadn't bothered to change just yet. He actually doubted he would now. Augusta leant closer to Owen, and as much as Charleston wanted to say something light-hearted to the brother he had missed for so long, he knew that the atmosphere could be sliced with a knife, and the entire palace was on edge now. It was even worse as the sounds of banging, clanging swords and screams echoed around the entire country. Charleston was fairly sure that was some kind of magical illusion created by Jasper, but it certainly made everyone terrified in the country. Exactly as Jasper wanted it. Charleston hated them so much. "What's happened?" Augusta asked. "I know General Cora is leading the army. What else has happened?" Charleston was really glad something as perfect, amazing and deadly as Cora was leading their forces against Jasper. They might stand a chance here. "It started exactly 1 month after you left," Owen said. "Per your instructions, myself and Cora had been preparing the kingdoms for an assault, and at this point the Lord Governor of Longmanor had been killed." Charleston had heard rumors of the assassination by Jasper, but he really hadn't wanted to believe it. Jasper must have been trying to weaken the kingdoms under Augusta's rule, yet Charleston was just glad his brother was safe, who was also the Lord Governor of Lordigo. "We had been working for weeks. We fortified our farms, our military bases, we increased everything. A ton of weaknesses across the kingdoms were strengthened." "Brilliant, thank you," Augusta said. Charleston almost smiled at how cold it sounded, but it looked like Owen knew that she meant it. They were all just distracted with other things. "I also made sure that every single morning a soldier from the force guarding the mouth of the river rode to the palace, so I knew they were still alive. One morning that soldier never turned up," Owen said. Charleston was really impressed. That was such a simple trick, but his brother was a genius for doing it. "As soon as the soldier never came, I sounded the battle alerts, and Cora activated her battle plans. Thankfully, we managed to confine the Jasper invasion force to the riverbanks." Charleston could sort of understand that because as hilly and mountainous and flat as Octogi was, because of its weird geography. It made sense for an invasion force to follow the river to flat ground, that led up into the mountains near the palace, instead of climbing up the hills near the mouth. But that meant the invasion force was nearing the mountains too. And once the force was in the mountains, that would make them a lot harder to fight. "How long can Cora stand?" Charleston asked. "She's been fighting a week, but a messenger returned last night ordering me to make sure whatever battle plans I have are done. Cora cannot hold out much longer." "Just tell me she isn't going to make a last stand," Augusta said, frowning. Owen looked to the floor like how he did when they were children, and normally before Charleston's foul father hit him. Charleston placed a loving hand on his brother's. Owen weakly smiled. "She fully intends to die fighting the Jasper army at the river banks," Owen said. Charleston and Augusta just shook their heads. They needed Cora's rage, strength and power here at the palace. That was yet another key ally of theirs gone, and Charleston really hated to imagine how many more great people and leaders that he wanted to rely on were dead. Deafening bells echoed around the palace, and Augusta just swore, and Charleston banged a fist on the table as all three of them knew that the invasion force was within sight. The enemy was here, and Charleston really hated the Jasper soldiers for daring to put his brother, his girlfriend, and the kingdoms he loved in danger. He was certainly going to make Jasper pay for those crimes.
Welcome back everyone, it's me again, Connor Whiteley. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's story, because I flat out love writing, creating stories and sharing them with you. If you really enjoyed today's story, then please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithms. And if you want to buy this short story or any of my other fiction, then they're available from all major ebook retailers, and you can get them from your local library if you requested, and you can order the paperback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore or local library if you request it. Lastly, if you want to support the channel on a one-off basis, then you can now buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Connor Whiteley. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy today's story, then please share it with them. I'm always really grateful when you wonderful people help spread the word about the channel. So, thanks for watching the Whiteleyverse, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day, everyone.